salta nell'azzurro, chi non 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 salta nell'azzurro, oh, 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 chi non salta nell'azzurro, oh, oh, chi non salta nell'azzurro, oh, oh, chi non salta nell'azzurro, oh, chi non salta, he who doesn't dance and sing is a nerazzurro, a black and blue. It is over. The Scudetto is over. I correctly predicted Napoli to win the Scudetto over Merda, Inter, Conte, Don Conte, the dawn of winning the Campionato, winning the league, the domestic league without European competition. He did so with Juventus. He did so with Chelsea. They were not in the Champions League the last time they won the Premier League. And so you just knew that Conte's the master of winning the domestic league when he doesn't have to be in any European competition. And that's basically where Napoli came into the equation because, you see, Napoli, they played at San Siro, before the new year. They already played at the Allianz. It may have been October or something. So their only tough trips, the Joyce in January against Atalanta and the Olimpico were the two tough ones. But at the time, you figure Lazio, they usually get tired. They don't have good squad depth. And then Roma, they really were not doing well until the new year, right after they hired Claudio Ranieri. So that was the difference maker. The tough matches they got at home. Inter at home, get a point. Didn't lose. At home against Milan, they thrashed. They defeated. At home against Juventus, they won. The Lukaku penalty 2-1, they won. So a lot of these tough matches they had at home. So that factored into the Scudetto. And then Inter with the Champions League and the Coppa Italia, obviously. And they're trying to get something at all three fronts, but that's very risky when you are the oldest squad by average age in the Campionato. So if you have an older squad, it's really risky to try to stay competitive in all three fronts. So it may have been worthy to maybe sacrifice the Coppa Italia. And that's basically what allowed Napoli to win. Kvara sold to PSG and Neres got hurt. So, Napoli's all fresh because they're not playing in European football. They fielded a B team to lose to Lazio in the round of 16 of Coppa Italia, round of 32 in December. So basically, Conte was betting on. He was banking on the Scudetto without any midweek matches for pretty much January to May, and it's paid off for Napoli. That Inter, for one, this is not just limited to Inter playing in three fronts. I mean, even in September, October, they couldn't win against Milan or Juventus. They haven't won a single match against Milan and Juventus all season long. Inter didn't even win a single match against Napoli. They played them before, the big chunk of the year, January, February, March, April, all that. So they did not even win even a single match against Bologna. So Inter were not that good this year. They didn't win the major matches against, your Juventus and Milan and in Napoli. So they were not as good as they were in previous seasons. So they did take a step back, and I thought Napoli were useless. I thought they almost bottled the Scudetto because they drew 0-0 against Venezia. That pissed me off. They're up 1-0 against Roma. They concede a late goal. That pissed me off. They concede a late goal against Lazio, 2-1. They concede like the 89th, 90th minute. It's kind of crap. Pissed me off with Napoli, right? Completely fucking useless. Playing midweek, not even playing midweek. They're not taking advantage. They should have won the Scudetto. But then it all changed. Napoli kept doing what they did. And Inter started losing. And as a Juventino, Conte knows, fino alla fine, until the end, keep on pushing to the finish line. And Napoli are not going to lose Cagliari, Genoa, Parma, and Lecce. It's over. Napoli don't have to even play Fiorentina or Roma or Lazio. You see, they already played these matches. They don't have to play Juventus anymore. They don't have to play Inter. They don't have to even play Milan. They don't even have to play Bologna. They don't even have to play Udinese, who's a very decent top half team. So it's over. Conte should just retire if he bottles his Scudetto. Really, if Napoli win their next 3 matches, then the Scudetto is over before match week going out of 38. So really, all Napoli have to do is get 3 wins and a draw would be sufficient to win the Scudetto. In assuming Inter wins the remaining of their matches. But they're going to how many straight losses? It's going to be 4 straight losses. They lose. Inter have more losses in the Campionato than Juventus all season long. They've lost more games than us, but we're so shit this year. They can't even win a single match against Juventus this year. They can't even win a single match against Juventus this year. So yeah, these Inter fans, you see, Antonio Conte was their manager. They should have known better to underestimate Antonio Conte like that. I warned all the Inter fans, don't underestimate Antonio Conte. You sure as hell know who he is. You should underestimate Antonio Conte whatsoever. In this no playing in the European competition or in the Coppa Italia was the formula to give Napoli a second Scudetto in 3 years. Don Antonio Conte. And I will talk about the basketball when I close the stream and reopen it with the subject line, basketball. But the subject line is soccer. So put up with it for another 6-7 minutes. But, you win some calls, you lose some calls, okay? Club Athletic before facing Roma. Some people were in on Roma. Club Athletic are in the semifinal. And they're a really decent side in La Liga behind Atletico and Barca and Real Madrid. I mean, they're not shit like Tottenham. And I feel Frankfurt just wasted the chances against Tottenham. I feel that Roma are red hot, but the red card kind of did them dirty there a little bit. But Athletic Club have to be more clinical on their chances, but Nico Williams can be hard to stop. This Chester United team, they needed a red card on Bournemouth to even salvage a point at home 1-1. Lyon is shit. The French league is shit. La Liga is better than Ligue 1. Athletic Club, they got their eyes on that home final at the San Mames. They want to win another trophy after winning the Copa del Rey last year. Interesting. Man United won the FA Cup last year. The Athletic Club won the Spanish version of the Domestic Cup, the Copa del Rey last year. But United are shit. Only referees can save Man United at this point, save them from missing from Europe. They may need to miss out on Europe entirely. This could be a blessing in disguise for Man United. Arsenal missed out on Europe, and look, they're competing for the league. They had to really look at themselves in the mirror after missing out on Europe. Then Arsenal, they managed to be competing for the Premier League. They should have been a real title challenge this year, even though they're finishing second. The league is weak, but they competed for the league the last 3 years until the end, April, May. And maybe it doesn't happen if they don't miss out on European competition after they lost against Villarreal, the Spanish club. So could this happen to Man United with the semifinal? They don't do well against these Spanish clubs. They lost against Sevilla in quarterfinal. They lost against Villarreal in the final of the Europa in 2021. They lost against Barcelona. I know they beat Sociedad, but they're not that as good as the other ones that I just mentioned. That they really struggle against these Spanish teams. So I believe that some people commented on my call for the FA Cup for Villa. I mean, Emiliano Martinez, Asensio, Rashford, Oli Watkins. I mean, quality all around. Maybe the fixtures did. Villa were playing a lot of matches in the Champions League. 8, 2 in the playoff, that's 10. 14 matches in Champions League and like 34 in the league and EFL Cup games, FA Cup games. So Villa were playing like 55, 60 matches, I think, this year. But I'm not using it as an excuse. They played like bottom jobs. A semifinal and your fans, you got to find a way to push through. Crystal Palace played midweek. I know they don't play as many matches, but Crystal Palace played midweek too. It's not the only team playing midweek. Sometimes you got some squad depth in the transfer market. Rashford, Asensio, you're fresher than you were in December. So bottom line is they bottled it because this squad good fixture congestion. Well, they destroyed Newcastle 4-1. They were red hot. So they weren't tired when they beat Newcastle 4-1, were they? So I'm not using injuries as an excuse. If their biggest fan, the Prince William, if he was at the funeral instead of the game, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. They're supposed to lose. Could they win an EFL Cup next year? Maybe if they keep these guys. Maybe they'll win something next year. Who knows? Emery's come on to 30, maybe 30 years instead of 29 for Aston Villa. But Wednesday, I've got the hate along for Barcelona and Inter. And then we have our Game 7. The Lakers going to bring it back to Minnesota and steal Game 6 and win the series. It's over for the Timberwolves. They're truly cooked. When you think about the series, you look at the last 3-1 comeback and then, Jerry West. Who died last year? Jerry West. What's his number? 44. Joakim the Bond wins Game 7 4 months and 4 days after his birthday. It's definitely connected to number 44, Jerry West. Jerry West was the last Laker, the last living Laker to execute a 3-1 comeback up until the time of his death. And it's interesting that the Game 7 is 1 month and 8 days before the death day of Jerry West. 1 month and 8 days before Jerry West's death? Man, they're really mocking the guy, aren't they? Adam Silver's not a retard. He's a smart Jew. And because he's a smart Jew, he's going to milk the series on a Friday night, midweek Wednesday, get through the Monday. And then Game 7, the high ratings, Lakers, Timberwolves, Goat Kinderbarn hating bums, making the sports bar owners rich. We need you people, Goat Kinderbarn hating plebe-ass bomb to come out and get all drunk and hope the Timberwolves win Game 6 because it's at home. And I got my paycheck on Friday. And Minnesota Timberwolves going to win the series on Friday night. You see, that's what he's doing. He's milking the series. Goat Kinderbarn hating bombs are watching every single second of the series. Adam Silver is absolutely cashing in big time on false hype. Anthony Edwards is already in choke mode. He pissed the ball away. The referees are absolutely deluded. But the referees made that call not because it's the right call or it's the wrong call. Because it's a ritual. Lakers going to come down from 3-1 as they did 55 years ago in Goldie LeBron's 55th playoff game of his career. And he's going to do so right after the 55th pick. Bronny is on the lick off this. So let's stop cooking and let's kick them bombs. That's what we're going to go do right there. 3 months and 3 days after the Luka trade, these guys are cooked. And they finished. And they start barking. Oh, Timberwolves in 5. Bark, bark. And then they start barking. T-Wolves in 6. Bark, 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 bark. And then after T-Wolves in 6, NBA raid. Clown! It's a Goldie LeBron prophecy all over again. The Goldie LeBron coronation is revolved on the LA area code. The 3 rings with the Lakers. Gotta happen in year 23. He's 28-1 life after when you break down the birth month, the birthday, and the birth year. When you reduce it, all 3 components, the single digits, and add them all together, and 22 is a master number, so it don't get reduced. 1984 adds up to 22, so what you end up getting is 28-1. And Goldie LeBron, the GOAT of the game of basketball, was dominated the series. And Adam Silver's told him, hey, we need this to go 3-1. And then the Timberwolves. And the evidence is flaming red hot for game 4. He didn't score any points in the 4th quarter. That's how you knew the game was rigged for the Timberwolves. But let's go back to game 3 and let's look at the box score and see when Goldie LeBron made his last basket of the game. Because the Jew Kabbalist told Goldie LeBron James, you're going to have a 38-point game because Minnesota's 38. That's what the Jews told Goldie LeBron. The Jews told Goldie LeBron, you're going to be at 38 points because in our Jewish mysticistic code, Minnesota's 38. So the Jews told Goldie LeBron, game over. We're not allowed to give this game to you. The Zionist Jews told him, you're going to finish with 38 because we're mocking the Goy and Minnesota's 38 and you're going to finish with 38. I don't think you understand what gematria is. I don't think you understand who runs the show. You know, numerology World Cup in English. I know your username, it's in Portuguese, but I don't think you understand who runs the show. Zionist Jews run the show. It's about rituals. It's about magical legendary status. And you got to add some magic into the equation when the Lakers' last title did occur at the magical land of Disney World. So this season's bound to have some magic. Now that storyline is definitely cooking right now. They ain't having the Lakers lose 3-1. There's zero chance of that. They're certainly not having Luka lose in the first round. He's supposed to be the cash cow, the ratings cow. He's supposed to drive viewership in Europe and across America in the world. That is Luka's role when it's all said and done. They'll hype up the one series that's going to go 7 games isn't actually the Warriors series. No, I could be wrong on the Warriors-Rockets game 7. They're just plenty unhappy for the Lakers series, so they stacked the deck against Goldie LeBron. This is part of the legendary run. Warriors win without Jimmy Butler. They hype up the Warriors, but the next thing they lose at Goldie LeBron hating bum says, oh, he will not beat Jimmy Butler. The Warriors are too much. He's not beating Jimmy Butler. They won't be 2 game 7s, 2 straight rounds of the playoffs. Come on now. It's going to be Lakers in 6 in the next round. Lakers in 6 over the Warriors. Lakers in 6. We win in 6 games over the Warriors. It's going to be 8-5 like Curry 85 Basketball 85, Boston 85. Lakers win 43, they win 42, adds up to 8-5. Like 85 days from Bronny's birthday to go to Bond's birthday. It's what it's about right here. You gotta connect the dots with Jerry West's death. His death connects the GOAT King of Bond's birthday. No, not the death per se, but his number 44 connects the Game 7 4 months and 4 days after GOAT King of Bond's birthday. It's obvious what the significance of Jerry West is. He was the last living Laker to win down 3-1 and win a playoff series 4-3. That is Jerry West's role in the series. 5-6 in the finals, next 3-1 comeback 56 months after the Nuggets in the Warrior series. That information is already included in the last video that I just did on the GOAT prophecy. The GOAT prophecy in the King James Gematria 55, when it's all said and done, what is 55 about? It's about a Mamba-style comeback is what it's about. We're going to win Game 7 by double digits. They're going to win by double digits guaranteed. We're going to give these guys a full-blown celebration. Something till our homes got burned down from the wildfires. We lost everything. We've lost tangible assets. We've lost memories in the form of tangible assets, pictures, all that. You see, all that can't be recovered. But you'll capture new memories, and the best way for this to happen is to produce the euphoric moments of, oh, we down, but oh, we came back and won. This team did it. They really truly fighting for the city and for everybody who lost everything. So the Lakers mean something extra special to Los Angelinos when you think about the central themes of this playoffs. Is the GOAT King of Bond GOAT prophecy. Number one, the magical title for their first title since Disney World. Number two, number three, we're going to win and rally the troops after everybody was evacuated, lost their homes, lost everything, really lost everything. That's what the Lakers are going to do for the city. This what GOAT King of Bond going to do for the city. He already cooking. And my prediction is that simply Lakers whipped their ass throughout the entire second half. And now what happened is this guy played the same 5 players for the entire 24 minutes. You got to get some rest in between. You got to have some moments of recovery. Keep the guys fresh for the last 6 minutes of the game. It's that simple. You play some of the rest. You trust your bench more. You play some of these guys. You get them some rest. You trust these guys. They put you in there, win 50 games, beat the ass of the Thunder and every sorry-ass loser team in the league, including the Boston Celtics. And you trust these guys who put you there, particularly the bench players, and you give them these 2-3 minute swings to allow goalkeeper and Luka to be fresh, to be able to cook the game in the fourth quarter. This is all they have to do. The game was rigged, so that's why he didn't play the bench. JJ knew what would allow them to lose the game, because they have to be losing the series 3-1, because this is the script that they have coming from the NBA. And I would go Kinnabon Hayton Bum, going to go to Las Vegas or go on login on FanDuel, bet everything on the Timberwolves. Bet everything on the Timberwolves. Oh, you'll place a bigger bet because it's not the sorry-ass Timberwolves. It's Stephen Curry and the Warriors. Oh, my God. They know what they've been doing, don't they? The opening line shows you it's scripted. They're going to win Game 6, the series is over. That's all it is. Win Game 6, series is over. Win Game 6, series is over. It's already going back to Game 6. Game 6 win. Series over. Lakers win the series. Lakers fully cooked the Minnesota Timberwolves. The series is all but over. When we win Game 6, the series is over. Because they're not losing at home ever again. With Kenyon on the team. And when these guys be cooking, Game 5, Game 6, they be cooking even harder in Game 7. NBA is nothing but a scripted as choreographed garbage. This is a garbage series because it's nothing but a rigged series to maximize revenue and fan excitement. This is another rigged BS series orchestrated by the NBA. There is no business. The T-Wolves have no business being up 3-1, let alone 2-2. But the NBA is rigged. They got to squeeze against the revenue. They got to excite the masses, the goalkeeper bond hitting bums to have the T-Wolves up 3-1 to appear like they're going to win. This is how the NBA is rigged. If it wasn't rigged, Lakers up 3-1, they dominate the series. But the NBA is rigged. Lakers got to play the role of underdog, not mega fave. Lakers can't have that. Got to be the underdog. Got to be losing the series. That's where you get the trash-ass Minnesota Timberwolves fluking their way to victory. If Magic calls you out, this guy is not a hammer. This guy gonna play as bench some more in the game ball. The majority of the series has ended. We've already won the series. We're over halfway there. We got to play every game, obviously. We're over halfway there. We're through game 4. 3 more games. 3-0. Go keep the bomb. 3 for 3. Like 33rd appearance in the finals. Lakers are luck to win the series. I wonder how many days is from Stephen Curry's birthday to May the fall. I wonder. Warriors will probably win 42. LeBron James 42. You win the series 42. You face off against the GOAT in the king of basketball. You win 42. You go up against LeBron James. Warriors clinch on Friday. They be watching Game 7 on Sunday. Warriors see. They're trying to stack it against goalkeeper LeBron James. They're trying to stack the deck against goalkeeper LeBron James. Not even goalkeeper LeBron get the refs to make the call. Give the Lakers the last possession of game 4. We'll have to overcome the refs. We'll have to overcome anybody who is desperate to see goalkeeper LeBron lose, and they're very desperate right now. Let's see how many people tune into the coronation of the GOAT and the King. Kobe's death during the corona, aka the crown virus. Time to crown and coronate the GOAT. Don't worry now. These are the last videos I'll be uploading for the. I'm doing the full recap of Game 5, 6, and 7 on Sunday. The next video is going to be the recap of the series. This is when I truly become the GOAT and the king of basketball. The only guy to call the GOAT King of Bond prophecy is going to be the guy that's going to stick with year 23, the 6th ring. You got to ignore the noise. Got to ignore the bullshit. You got to know that the series is rigged for the Lakers to have to come back from behind. The series is scripted. Game 7, GOAT King of Bond, Luka, European viewers. And let's take a look at Europe. So if Game 7 is on at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, so this is good. This is midday. You don't have to get ready for work or school or get the kids ready for school the next day. So what do? Midday game, 12:30, 1 o'clock Pacific Mountain Standard, which means that if you are on the Central Coast, it'll be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Game 7 ends by 8 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, you're watching the game. That's the plan. And what's the time at the Slovenia where Dingo LeBron's teammate is from? 12:30 LA time to Slovenian time. They don't have to wake up at 1 o'clock. It'll be 9:30 p.m. It's late night basketball, but you'll be watching. It's Luka fever. It's not midnight. It's not 3 o'clock. It's not 2 o'clock a.m. It's not any of that. It's not 2 o'clock a.m. It's not 3 o'clock a.m. It's not 2 a.m. in the morning. Game 7, Luka begins at 9:30 at the night. So King LeBron and Luka are making the bar owners at the European settlements rich. If it's Slovenia, it's Far East, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. France likes basketball. What time would it be in France, in Paris? Okay, 9:30. What about London? Britain? I've seen some basketball. I've seen some basketball, some baskets over there. 8:30 London time. Okay. Y'all be watching Sunday night in Europe. It's not even the AM. It's 9:30 Sunday night. You'll be watching Luka. The game 7 will probably be scheduled 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30 on Sunday. That's when the game 7 is going to be scheduled. That's, of course, West Coast. You got to include the East Coast viewers. It's not too late, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, your European viewers. So Adam Silver is planning to make big, big, big money on the game 7. I should make a video on that too, because it's not rigged for one team. The series is rigged to squeeze money out of the series. Like, you can't have Lakers and buy, because we got to squeeze the money and the drama and the fan excitement. So this is what it comes down to. When is their second leg? I don't give a damn about them. I could care less about CONCACAF Cup, because I'm not betting CONCACAF Cup, because it's just MLS is the deal. Apple, they have the big contract. They need Messi to go through it every round. They'll make their money. Apple, Messi wins another trophy. Is how it's gonna be. The glue series, the 2-2s, the glue series. The Denver Nuggets in the Clippers. It looks like that's going to end in 6 games. 6 or 7 for that series. Another game 7 between the Nuggets and the Clippers. Game 6 on a Thursday. I think they got game 7 planned for that one. Clippers got to steal one. They got to get into game 7. Imagine if the Clippers and the Lakers win game 7. LA going to go wild. The only 2 game 7 wins, it will be the Clippers and the Lakers, man. Especially after the wildfires. The Clippers going game 7, Lakers going game 7, man. Providing euphoria for the city of Angelinos, man. Because Nuggets Clippers, they play on Saturday. And Clippers going to whip them bombs on Saturday if they play on Saturday. Saturday, May the 3rd. I think got to make the Warriors look like they dynamic. Maybe have Warriors clinch the series on Friday. Then your Nuggets series ends on Saturday. And then, LA wins the game 7 on Sunday. The 8th team to advance is going to be the Lakers and King LeBron and Luka and company. Kobe, number 8. The 8th series to conclude, the final series to conclude, is the Lakers series. And now this means Warriors will have a 4 days of rest or something if they win and clinch on Friday. And then they'll probably play on Tuesday or something. They'll play on Tuesday after the game 7 on Monday. So the Warriors get 3 days of rest. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they play on Tuesday, 3 days of rest. We just have to back-to-back, got to fight through, come through, beat the Warriors in 6, carry on. He says he played for Lakers and Knicks night 20 minutes ago. Lakers Knicks 2026 finals, the back-to-back title for GOAT in the Bond team. Dick Barnett? I've never heard of Dick Barnett before. Who is he? And this is going to be connected to GOAT King the Bonds back-to-back, surely. How many rings did he win? 1970, 1973? He dies right as the Lakers are down 3-1. This could be some subliminal foreshadowing to the back-to-back for next year. Can go Levante! And Kevin Durant's going to go to the New York Knicks. I think I did this last video very well. I've really explained what Timberwolves Camacho 55 and GOAT King of Bonds 55th playoff game. The last 3-1 comeback was 55 years ago. Man, these Jew Kabbalists are mocking the Masters. It's hilarious. Lakers are not even plus 500 or plus 600 to win the series. They're plus 380 to win the series because they got 2 home games, obviously, and they're not losing 3 games at Minnesota. They're going to be 1-2 on the road in the playoffs, like James is 12, 1 win in 3 games. LA, it's basically a wrap at this point. It's a wrap. And that 34th win at home against Anthony Edwards, Lakers improved to 3-1 at home. They await Houston or Curry. Curry and Houston are 31. Lakers going to be 3-1 at home. I guarantee it. By being 3-1 at home, this means you're playing a game 7. So this guy's already cooked in game 6. The series is over. The series over. Lakers have won the series. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Won the series. It's over. Knicks win 3-1. You know, the Celtics is 41. Are the Knicks going to win at home, or is this going to get kind of interesting? Hey, we really need Kevin Durant, this kind of thing. So, see where Game 5 takes us here. It's got to be early game on Thursday. So what's the early game? Maybe they lose at home or something. Maybe they do. What's the early game going to be on Thursday? Hypothetically, could they move games? They can go to the bond, and they. I know sometimes they start the second round series. You know, when they're about to play game 7, they do that sometimes in the NBA. Celtics Magic's the game 6 on May the 1st. You know, one of these 2 series going to go game 6. I reckon maybe Knicks Pistons could go that game 6. Recovered for Friday. Game 6, Lakers Timberwolves. Game 6, Rockets Warriors. Warriors win, but we await Game 7, Clippers Nuggets. We await Lakers. You know, all the Western teams are done, so it's like the Eastern Conference can move on to the next series if they want to. But they already spaced out the final schedule, you see, because they start on June the 5th and they conclude on the 22nd. If you really think about the finals, it usually starts on the 1st or the 30th. You got to cover up the gap in coverage somehow. This one series that's going to do it. It's this series. And AS says, did you do your push-ups today? I did my flexing for the series. I did my flexing. If that's what you be asking about. If you be asking about the exercise, I be doing my running. I ain't doing it during the daylight. You see, you can't have old wrinkled skin, you see, in your 40s, 50s by running the daylight. So, no, I do it during the night. I do it during the night. That's how you do it. I do some push-ups. I do all that. I do planks. I do, what is it? You reach up and get your legs, whatever, this kind of thing. This is what I do. You cannot decode the series without getting into Jerry West. That's for certain. You have to really investigate Jerry West's number, and what you get is 4 months and 4 days after Goat King of Bond's birthday. So, and he executed the 3-1 comeback. It was just obvious. Lakers are coming. Goat King of Bond is the one and only Goat King of the league. No one comes close. I know the NBA scientists, Joes, have told him that this is not going to be 4, 5, 6 games. We're going to push you game 7, but you're the GOAT and the king. We're going to carry you and ride you to the rings. That's how we do this. The game 3 and 4 are completely worthless. Lakers can be 2-1 at home in the playoffs. Lakers is 21 in the Montreal, 21st win, the first win back from the Wildfires. The Wildfires is going to be key when it's all said and done. There have been 31 wins since the Fires. There's going to be 33 wins since the Fire. The 34th win since the Fire is going to occur just after the 8 wins. That's who it's going to come down to. 34th win since the Wildfires gets Anthony Edwards. I ain't seen no Ant-Man. He ain't ball out this series. He ain't no nothing no more. You see the Timberwolves. You see the turnover against the Dallas Maverick. You see the turnover there, the choke at the end of the game. Then this guy gets bailed out by the ref. He gets bailed out by the ref. He's a joke. He turned it over again. He's a joke. He's a joke and a choke. I already know there's a choke button for Anthony Edwards on that PlayStation, on that NBA 2K. It's already happened. I've seen the guy choke. I've seen him get wasted by the referees. No, I think I deciphered everything. The date durations, the Kobe significance, November 3rd to the Game 7, the 5-4, Kobe Bryant 54, 5-4. Interesting enough, Game 7 against Denver lined up on May the 4th 2 years ago, but they saved it for the team that Kobe made his debut against. They got 2 Game 7 wins for LA teams, if you ask me. And then his 114th win. LeBron James, 114 when he gets that second win at home. That's what explains all this stuff going on right now. No, I should have done Michael Jordan's birthday to May the 4th. I really should have deciphered Michael's birthday to May. This is a magical time. I've been telling everybody. First title since Disney World. So I embrace 3-1 comeback. I embrace the pressure. I'll be sleeping just fine tonight. I'll be sleeping just fine. You whip the ass in Game 6 and win the series. That's how it's going to be. Friday night at the bar, everyone watching. Goat King of Bond, greatest show ever in the history of the world. Come through. Everyone watching Sunday, everyone in Europe watching. Lakers get their win. They get the ratings. In Europe, they get the ratings coming by having Luka and Goat King of Bond going 7 games. Everybody in France is watching Rudy Gobert in Game 7, too. You can't forget about France either. Game 7 means you guys get to actually watch this guy not in the AM, but in the PM. Oh, that's why they want them Game 7. It's a rid hoax fugazi is what it is. It's all fugazi. Well, the Timberwolves are playing well. It's going to end in 6 in 5 games. Oh, pork ain't nothing. I got smoke. Ain't got no nothing other than that smoke. Because Game 7 is going to be in the PM at Europe, not in the AM. And damn well, this makes a difference when the final numbers are computed. And that's high IQ genius kind of stuff right there. King got the bomb, loser hating bombs, the series is over. Las Vegas says, ha! Here we go. It's how it's going to go be. Imagine the dopiest scenario where the Lakers are down by 10, but they come back and then grab it by the throat and win the game. So that's how we got to go win. Yeah, I understand. They'd be down by 5 in Game 6 at that fourth quarter. In the start of fourth quarter, we're going to go win the fourth quarter. That's how we're going to go. We're going to win and win and win the fourth quarter. And grind and win the fourth quarter and jab at the punch. Guys, it's the magical man championship. Go Capitans! Eastman Ball, I know Loki Ball going to show up. I know he's going to go show up. The retardedness of Luka needs to be solved. The missed layup, the BS, the little ISO moments there from this guy. Got to shape himself up. Bench got to play more minutes, JJ. Got to fix the bench. Jackson need more minutes. You got to win the rebounding battle. He's fresh legs. You didn't play much. You got the first free game. Jackson be well rested. You ready to go to wall. And we ain't going to get no BS on the offensive rebound. So they come in and step it up. I'm wondering where the coach is going to put in Dalton Netsch. When's he going to put in Dalton Netsch? When's he going to put in Dalton Netsch? When is he going to put him in? When's he going to put him in? I've been waiting. The one guy that I've been waiting to play is Dalton Netsch. Surely he's better than Jordan Goodwin. He can provide a little extra spark offensively. Jordan Goodwin, you play when Lakers have a lead. When Lakers have a lead, that's when you play this guy. Not when they down. Because he ain't got enough offense, Jordan Goodwin. He got enough offense. Sorry, Jordan Goodwin. Sorry. You get defense. You do the little gritty stuff. But Dalton Netsch got to go hit some threes. Execute the playmaking ability. Both Kingo, LeBron, and Luka on the court. You got to have guys that are automatic three-pointers. This is what you have to do. When will Dalton Netsch come in the series? He's got to come into the equation at some point. Ultimate humiliation for Mr. Shannon Sharp is when he's going to miss out on the championship for Goki in the bond. He's not there to be part of the ride for the entire championship. That's the real ritual. He's going to miss out on the commentary for the title. That's what he's going to miss out on. He's going to miss out on the commentary for the title. Wow, we have a very stupid person right here. Very mentally inferior, fragile, stupid. At least most people in America are not outright retarded. You see, this guy is fucking up the economy. He is fucking up the tourism. He is fucking up prices with tariff surcharges. He is stripping citizens of their constitutional rights. He is giving U.S. citizens letters of, you must self-deport to American citizens. People losing their rights under a fascist government. This is some third world country shit about to enter America. But it's the brown people that are turning America into the third world. No, it's Donald Trump. Turning a country into the third world means you get rid of due process of the law. That's what Donald Trump has done. Is he wants to deport American citizens without due process into a foreign prison, not even back to their other country, into a foreign concentration camp. That's basically what El Salvador is. This legal wrestler in the United States got sent to another foreign country to a death camp over there. And he was perfectly legal. The court said it's too dangerous for you to go back to El Salvador because gangs are targeting your family's businesses over there. You have legal right to be in America. And the Donald Trump administration admitted in filing that they were wrong to deport the guy over there. And no, Elon Musk doesn't legislate for America. Only the Congress through the people can legislate in America. So outside of the bread and circuses, this is what's been happening through 100 days. 100 days so far. A madman gone wild. Surely the market will crash. Surely it's going to crash. But the Donald Trump white supremacist angle is what favors the Lakers. Donald Trump white supremacy says Darvin Ham is incompetent because he got hired because he's black. JJ Redick got hired because, he's a competent white guy. In Donald Trump's America, JJ Redick's going to win the championship because he's seen as white and qualified. So it's going to fit the symbolism of Donald Trump a little bit to see this team of white players like Dalton Netch and Maxi Klepper and Alex Len and Dalton Netch and Austin Reeves win the championship. That is the hidden symbolism of the Lakers. That's what's going to propel them to the championship. You can't just focus on dope supply. You got to focus on the main theme of DEI. Don't have a DEI. Oh my God! And then player the Lakers got, they traded a black guy. They got a white guy, Luka. So they definitely fit the Donald Trump white supremacy angle with winning the championship. That's the Lakers' role in this championship as it relates to the political field. And so it's a big interconnected web, this matrix we speak about. The ratings, some ratings in the white supremacy and the team of white players of Lakers. Yeah, DEI, Governor, DEI, oh my God. You see, it's going to fit into the Lakers. Forza Napoli, well, I'm a Juventino. Napoli's a rival, but Inter's the bigger rival. So Forza Napoli. I agree. The bigger rival, they must lose, they must get embarrassed. Forza Napoli, Antonio Conte, Juventino, the mentality, it's resonating with the players. Forza Napoli, if we okay, it's good, fuck Inter. I get you. So the boys and girls, it's about making money. The NBA a business. The NBA is a business. Wasn't going to turn down go to the bottom playing in the weekend. You play on the weekend, just watch. It hurt, losing a lot of ratings, losing a lot of numbers. First round exit like a LeBron James. The narrative is, here we go again. Another first round exit like LeBron James. Here we go again. Oh my God. Adam Silver says we use this reverse psychology. And we use it against the goalkeeper upon those are hitting bums. And we use it in favor of even higher ratings with the Stephen Curry Butler against goalkeeper and Luka and Lakers. The NBA is singing Kumbaya is what they be singing before Game 5. Game 5 ain't mean nothing because obviously it's scripted. Lakers are 5.5-point opening favorites entering Game 5. Spread money going to be better on the Timberwolves. The NBA is a rigged-ass mafia organization. It should have been Lakers in 5, but NBA Mafia says, let's get some sucker goat LeBron loser hating bums into the equation. And quite frankly, this was a more profitable formula for the NBA. They're executing the profitable formula. Goat King LeBron quitting bums. Quitting bums. Oh, I didn't win game 3, game 4. Goat King LeBron is done. Las Vegas says, yeah, Goat King LeBron quitting bum is not betting on the Lakers to come back. Ah! The big action coming from the Goat King LeBron loser hating bums. It's all a game to these people. It's all a game to Las Vegas. When are people going to figure this out? They're completely delusional. They're just milking the fans and getting the ratings. Everybody wins. Las Vegas wins. Adam Silver wins. Everybody wins. Goat King LeBron wins because, he didn't just win the championship in a cakewalk with Luka. He had to struggle to win the championship. Goat King LeBron is the biggest winner from the first round series between the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Goat King LeBron is the biggest winner of this series. The Goat King LeBron. Goat LeBron, Luka, championship over. Oh my God. Wow, another dumb, stupid retard. He's cutting your Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Your 401k is going down. Wow, what a retard. What a dumbass motherfucker. He's a right-winger. He supports Donald Trump, and he hates Goat King LeBron. And he is a racist. Complete package. All 3 or 4 parts of the package. Bonafide right-wing lunatic Goat King LeBron hating bum. He is losing his 401k. He is paying higher prices because of terrorists, but he doesn't care because Donald Trump is going after these pesky brown people. So I don't care if I'm getting poor. Just support these little brown people. Right-wing Republican sucker. Textbook definition of a right-wing sucker. He's mad and angry all the time for no good reason. But he's not mad at the people cutting his Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. Right-wing Republican lunatics are mentally ill. And they're low IQ, uneducated red hatters who can't see that who they're voting for is actually voting against their best interest. Because all they see is race. That's why they're losers. Those are Goat King LeBron hating bum. Textbook definition. Right there. They're first and foremost right-wingers. You're not winning under this America. You are broker as ever been before because you're a right-winger and you guys get all the subsidies from the blue states. That's how I know you guys are broke and you're doing terrible. It's the education levels of those who vote for Donald Trump. I don't know where CWE is at, but basically he's like, yeah, you're right. The tariffs, everything. You said it would happen. And I know anyone who's awake knows what's happening. The rich are getting richer. Everyone else is doing much worse. And those Donald Trump supporters had a job with the federal government. They've been laid off. They've been thrown to the side, disposed of. I didn't vote for that. I thought he would go after the other people. If you really thought he was going to go after the other people, you deserve to lose your fucking job. Why do you want him to go after other people who are just working hard and need another opportunity? Why do you want this guy to target these people? And so these loser-minded lunatics, they don't understand that the enemy is the billionaires, and that makes them a big cancer to making progress in this country and around the world. But the good news is that the majority of people have completely lost all faith with Donald Trump and the Republican Party. They are mad and angry at the Republican constituents, at the Republican representatives, I should say, that they haven't fought back against raiding our Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. But as I say about the series between the Lakers and the Timberwolves are cooked. The Lakers' only road win in the series occurs on 5-2. That's the game they steal. They steal that game. The series is over. We're one win away from winning the series. It is game 6. One win away from winning the series. It's game 6. Boat Coupon will never be eliminated at Crypto Arena ever again in his career. That is 100% verifiable fact. Ten house on 6, cap is 52. Don't fade the PP. I don't know what this guy is saying, really. I don't know what he's saying. But it's high IQ genius that if you're in Europe and the only time you can watch the game in the PM is if the game is played on the Sunday afternoon, then, this series going 7 games. Don't fade the PP. I don't know who PP is. What's PP? $16 for 16. P is 16, but what is 16? What is P about? All I know is Jerry West, number 44, is going to win game 7, 4 months and 4 days after his birthday. Go King the Bond. Jerry West, number 44. He executed the last 3-1 comeback. The Lakers beat the loser! Phoenix Suns! Phoenix Suns! In the conference semifinal of 1970. The loser Phoenix Suns. Suns is 25. Loser Suns, last 3-1 comeback, 25th game 7, LA Lakers. Had anybody been tuning in to the second video we've been making about this series? Now we talking. I don't know which video is better, this one or the first one. I want to say the second one. I think it really adds into the Jerry West death and what Bronny the 55th pick being about last 3-1 comeback. NBA scripted as hell. I think the second video is the best one. First one got 100 or 200 because it was after the game. I think this one needs to get to 200 or whatever. It really needs to be at 1,000, but it really should be more. People just be scared of reverse psychology. I don't want to repeat the same outcome. Oh my God. That's what they are. They be all scared. But it's all good. I've got the secondary accounts to pump up the like-dislike ratio. The first video is at 8 likes and 1 dislike, like Kobe Bean Bryant 81. The second one is at 2 likes and 1 dislike. But I tell you, if this 55 ritual is happening, we're winning the championship 55 months exact after my sister's death. I'm telling you, that 55 ritual feels so real right now. Man, this 55 ritual, if we beat the Timberwolves, nothing, not even lightning, can stop the Lakers from winning the championship. Not even lightning can stop this team from winning the championship. Nothing. I know the series is fake. I know it's all BS anyway. Tone have noticed, Hubbard, you can't even watch that motherfucker anymore. You must watch Sports Gematria. Is that right? I mean, he never made picks. He always hedges on both sides, and he only charges like $5 for picks. And there are too many Patreon scammers out there, and he fits the textbook of a Patreon scammer, and I fit the textbook of a genuine person who's not in it for money, because I don't start asking people for money. Even after Duke lost, which was BS or whatever. What's so painful about Hack Hubbard? You have some insight into Hack Hubbard? I mean, at least follow someone who watches sports so you can relate to, what they be talking about as far as the game or whatever, or the strategy or whatever. Because this guy doesn't watch sports. He doesn't even speak the game or anything. Like, it's obvious he's in it for money and bucks, and that's the only thing he's in it for is money and bucks. Well, he is an Ashkenazi Jew. He is a Jew, so he may be trained just right to play along with the little Zionist occultic game. He definitely is a Jew. He's in it because, he gets these brainwashed COTUS who vote for Trump, and they're the biggest suckers out there. And I don't. He's an evil man. He's into black magic. How he can get a cult like that? He must be some black magic occultist. He must be into the dark arts. He was laughing on the Super Bowl stream when he lost everyone, all the money. I mean, he's got no shame. I mean, he was laughing like, the game is a joke, even though the people who followed him are losing everything and losing their bets. But this guy was like laughing during the Super Bowl stream. I mean, I've seen the video from Sports Gematria. What do you mean by he looks and sounds cooked? He smoked some weed, y'all be saying he cooked, or is it another coat? Probably definitely lying about having a kid, I can tell you that. It just pays his part into the grift. You see, I need some money. I need some money. I'm having a kid. Blah blah blah. This kind of thing. You see, that's what he be doing. Well, he didn't do that. It was Gematria itself. You've been exposed to Gematria that did it. You may just know better how to properly use it than he does, and that's why. And, well, you watch sports and he does, and so that's why you make money. That's why you make better picks, because he doesn't watch games, doesn't watch sports, doesn't follow the trends. That's why you make more than Hack Hubbard, because you watch the games, you watch sports, and he doesn't watch sports. Well, yeah, of course it's about Cody, but you obviously watch sports, so you know what's going on. Well, yeah, it's probably going again as this obedient Asian. I mean, Zach seems like he may be a very controlling guy. He certainly likes to control the way people view him by censoring comments and all that. I mean, that thing doesn't surprise me either. But yeah, he's completely irrelevant, and we don't need to talk anymore about him. We just got to talk about the number one storyline in basketball is Goat King the Bond. Can he win the fifth and sixth ring? When to make believers out of non-believers? I believe this is going to be biblical. Already, people are quitting, and they're saying that it's going to happen the 24th season. Blah blah blah. But no, I rest my case. This guy is going to play 23 seasons. He's going to be undefeated since turning 40 years of age. This is what will make Goat King the Bond the undisputed GOAT of the league. It's being undefeated ever since turning 40 years of age. Now the GOAT King the Bond prophecy of the 213 doesn't signal you know what year he's going to win it. But if Michael Jordan's number 23, GOAT in the bond 2003, number 23, he's got to win the sixth ring in year 23. And it ain't about that. This is some brainwashed media mainstream talking point. The Lakers beat the Thunder. They are going to beat the Thunder and the Warriors and the Celtics. You just don't get to that point without whipping their ass. They just want the game 7 on Sunday. They want to cater to the European market. That's the one market they are turning to, the European market. The European market's a big one. They may as well be playing a game 7 on Saturday and a game 7 on Sunday with 2 LA teams. Now, I think it would be beneficial to have the Denver Nuggets win in 7, just under the illusion that they don't want both LA teams to win. And if game 7 is at home for Denver, I wouldn't be surprised to see Denver win. Use reverse psychology that we're just not looking, to get the 2 game 7 road, the 2 game 7 wins for the city of Los Angeles. The Saturday and the Sunday game 7. GOAT in the bond in the NBA. And the Timberwolves going to make a lot of money by having the game 7 on the Sunday. That's what's going to happen. When the Lakers win on Friday, the whole discussion on SportsCenter is going to be game 7 between the Lakers and the Timberwolves. ESPN and all the networks would love to have nothing but a whole conversation on game 7 on SportsCenter Saturday night. They talk about the game on Friday. They talk about the game 7 on Saturday on SportsCenter. They would love to have it happen, to have the discussion happen for GOAT King the Bond in SportsCenter and all the respectful reporters Saturday. And the pre-game conferences on Saturday. What are we going to do to win the game 7? The game plan and all this kind of hocus pocus. Because you can recap the games played in baseball and hockey and all that. All the series will be over in the NBA. So you really got to cover up the time on SportsCenter. And hockey maybe good. Most people ain't be talking about hockey now. I agree. If this Bucks series is over and the Pacers are winning in 4, then Lakers are the early game on Friday. Because NAS seems like he's of a high IQ, and I respect it for that. Now, just maybe another global minion because you got to have an early game on Friday. And if the Pacers are up 3-1, then this decreases the probability of game 6 in the Bucks Pacers series. So what's going to be the early game? But the Warriors game out on Golden State. Game 6 is at Golden State. So the early game is going to be at Minnesota. Lakers Timberwolves on Friday. Mid-second. Get on it. Get on it. I think like Adam Silver. I know what he's thinking. I know what a smart Jew thinks. I know what Adam Silver is. He's ready for this moment right here. He's ready to emotionally invest both sets of fans for 3 straight games. Adam Silver's a smart Jew. But you see, you ass clowns only want to bring it up after the fact. but it's going to be happening before the fact. Before the fact, the Lakers going to win Game 7. After the fact, NBA rig. What were you zombies doing before then? You're being a little goy, little man. Being a little goyim. Gotta do better than that. Gotta do much better than that. Pound the rock on the Timberwolves in Las Vegas makes a lot of money. It's very clear to see why Lakers are opening -5.5-point favorite when they lost 3 out of 4. Now, don't be a retard. You must use your brain. Don't be a retard. How are they 5.5-point favorites if they lost 3 of 4? You gotta use your brain. You gotta use your brain. You gotta use your mind. Most people love to play the sheep road. Yeah, Ducking the ball won the game 7. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, we got lucky. NBA rate the series for the Timberwolves. They rated it for the Lakers. According to Money Signart, Las Vegas is going to make a killing off of people. Well, the Lakers haven't won a game at Minnesota. I'm going to bet the Timberwolves close out the series. What? Oh, and of course they wanted a Game 7. Of course they wanted a Game 7. But only after I bet on the Timberwolves on Friday. And of course they won a Game 7. Why did I bet on the Timberwolves? Your profile name says it all. You're a little dopey individual. Only a high IQ genius would connect the dots and see that Rudy Gobert, Luka Doncic. You want European people being able to watch a game played in the PM instead of the AM. I mean, that's common sense. You got to use your brain sometimes. You got to really think sometimes and use your brain. Really, man, there's a lots of goy out there. Zionist Jews are looking to commit murder's blood. Just based off the amount of comments saying the series is over, I know the Zionist Jews have already won the game. Zionist Jews know that the goy are retarded, retards, retarded, retarded, retarded goy, retarded. That's what the Zionist goy, that's what the Zionist Jews, they know the Gentile non-Jews, brainwashed. I'm the GOAT. I'm the only guy who says GOAT King of Bonds winning 5th and 6th rings in year 22. With the 6th ring happening in year 23. That's the Zionist Jew script. Max Patel for the first time since Disney 3-1 comeback. But that's too much for some people. That's too hard to even think about making sense for some people. The only way that happens is if you may be, in fact, retarded. If the last title was at Disney and you're a favorite as the number 1 seed, the bottom line is magic is going to happen for the next title. You might, oh my God, Lakers came back from 3-1. Oh my God. I'll still celebrate because all you ass clowns saying the series is over. Yeah, I know nothing about how business operates. That's how it is. Goki the Bond didn't try. He turned it over at the end of the game. Goki the Bond knows the script. I read Goki the Bond like a hawk. He knows he wasn't supposed to win the game. He's laughing with me afterwards after game 4. It's like he knows this is a joke. The series is a joke. It's choreographed. Goki the Bond told us all it was choreographed. He was laughing with me. Man, all the goyim-ass Gentiles, man, it's some shit, man. You gotta think like the Zionist Jews. So I'm saying you guys aren't Jewish. Well, I'm not Jewish. We gotta think like the Zionist Jews sometimes. Nah. 23 seasons. There's only one golden king of the league. I told you about Jerry West. I'm the GOAT. When it's all done, when it's all said and done, after next Sunday, I'm the GOAT of basketball. Nobody believes I'm the only GOAT and king of basketball. Is predicted GOAT king of bomb to win his 5th and 6th ring. It is 23rd, with the final ring happening in his 23rd season. But with 2 games at home, you're saying the series is over? No. You're mine. Look at the opening line for game 5. Talking. Well, they're being manipulated by Adam Silver. He wants them to lose 3 out of 4. He wants them just prevent them from winning later on in the series. That's just, again, this should be common sense. There should be common sense. If you lose 3 out of 4, I'm not going to bet the rest of the series. See, series already over. Lakers already won. Now everyone is a GOAT king of bomb, loser hitting bomb. Are going to lose everything on the Timberwolves. NBA is manipulated for betting, for storyline purposes. It should be obvious. But when will people ever learn? I am the GOAT and king who executed 2016. Now he isn't. The scripted narrative is same old Lakers. Oh, same old Lakers. Yep. They come look at match. They ever go in the bar. They put match for thousands. Well, don't do it, all you people. When Lakers on the second round, shut the fuck up. Because go in the bar, match for the first title since Disney World. You didn't buy into the Mamba mentality. You're quitting. Go in the bar, eating bar. But we had some loser-hating bums quit on the team from last year. They're loser-hating bums as well. They were completely worthless. Montreal is the one only real way in the world. Go in the bomb, 6th play, go in the bomb prophecy. No, they don't flip scripts. You got to read the script right. Script happened in year 23, year 22. That's why it was never supposed to happen the previous years. That's quite easy. They never flipped any script. It was never supposed to happen until year 22, year 23. They don't never flip no goddamn script. They never do. Never, ever, ever. But flip the script. It's just legitimizing, making excuses for when the script doesn't happen the way you thought it would. That's why y'all say it, flip the script. It's just making excuses for everything. It's the RFT playbook. Flip the script. I flipped it on the Zionist. It doesn't happen. You got to read it right the first time. You can't be like these ass clowns that start making excuses with agendas and all the Zionists flip on us. That ain't the way to go. My discovery was that it was going to happen in year 23. The 6th ring had happened in year 23. That's why I'm the GOAT after the comeback happens. I know I am. I'm the GOAT of basketball. Have to go kill by kids come back. Everyone was ready to discount the GOAT. Only one person was here to ride with the prophecy all the way to the very, very end. That's how you want to be a GOAT. You got to stick with the prophecy all the way until the end. You don't want to be a quitting bum. Oh, I'm scared. No, because you ain't got no man blood. You fake ass motherfucker. You little weak ass, soft ass charming in the words of Kobe Bryant. Hey, you little soft ass charming motherfucker. Don't keep the bond is the GOAT. Easy money. Lakers win 7. It's so easy. NBA ratings are terrible. They need the Lakers in the next round. We need Europe in the next round. We need Luka in the next round. Beyond, we got Luka in Europe and we got SGA in Canada, man. This is such a time to be alive watching Goki the Bond win the title. We got SGA in Canada. We got Luka in Europe, man. NBA is as prosperous as ever. Wow, this is amazing. Game 5 win? Oh, only one game 6, win game 6, and then game 7 is going to be a blowout. These Timberwolves are cooked.